God, we're gonna talk about Kenobi. Um, I just watched episode 4 today, and figured I would make a video on it. And spoilers, by the way, coming up. Fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. And at first, I was kind of just like, it's not good, whatever. I didn't get my hopes up for it. I figured it was gonna be bad. Did not like Mando season 1 or 2. Did not like Book of Boba Fett. They were all three pretty lame. Kind of just the same story every episode. Not a big fan of it. Yeah, so my expectations were not high for Kenobi, but boy oh boy, did they still find a way to shatter them exponentially into the ground. Oh my god, where to even begin with this shit, dude? They made Obi Wan Kenobi lame, and that's the main problem. That's the main offender here, is they made Obi Wan Kenobi lame. Oh my god, dude! Like, I know that he lost in the Clone Wars, but like, he doesn't even act like Alec Guinness at all. Like he doesn't act like Ben Kenobi. Like the mannerisms, like nothing, dude. Like his attitude. I know he's probably depressed. All his friends died 10 years ago. But dude, nothing's changed about the past between, when that happened in Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Like his friends are still dead. But Alec Guinness like brings like this hope, and like, he's walking around, he can smile and stuff like that, and he gets a little dark when he remembers the Clone Wars, but like he's still like functional, and he wants to teach Luke the ways of the Force. They don't have Ewan McGregor acting like that at all. Like, they have him just with his tail between his legs like the entire time, and it's a little annoying, because even though the character's lost a lot, like that just isn't how Obi-Wan would be, I don't think, because we saw how he was in Revenge of the Sith after Order 66, and he was sad about killing Anakin, but he still wasn't like I don't know, like a decrepit old hermit. Like, I don't know. God, where to even begin with this shit, dude? Like, so episode 4 has been the worst episode yet. They pussified Vader. They made him pretty lame. He should definitely have killed Reva. Should definitely have killed her. He Vader doesn't take no shit. In episode 5, dude, he literally chokes a guy through the video monitor for failing him. And I don't think too much has changed between episode 5 and Kenobi, to where Vader's, less ruthless now. He walks in, like, choking her. Like, just kill her. Like, she failed you. Like, you were Vader. In Rebels, dude, the Grand Inquisitor kills himself because he doesn't want to face the wrath of Vader for failing. And Vader is like, oh, perhaps I underestimated you. It's like, yeah, Vader's the dumb one. Sorry, Vader's not the smartest one in the room. Vader's the idiot now that has to learn lessons like this. Oh my god, dude! Like she had Kenobi and Leia like in her grasp. She let them go. It doesn't matter that you put the tracker on them. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll get to that. You had them, you let them go, and you lost like an entire fleet of stormtroopers when the rebels came in and saved them. So yeah, I think that's worthy of some discipline. Nope, none at all. Vader is not going to kill her, and he won't for the rest of the series. That's my prediction. So yeah, also, like, where do you think they're going? Is the spy going to lead them to the rebel base? Is that where they're going? Because if not, if they're not going to that rebel base, Obi-Wan is taking them to Alderaan. Why would you not just go to Alderaan and camp out there, cut transmission, and just wait for Kenobi to come bring her home? Like, what? And then, like, they have, like, the Empire has, like, unlimited resources, and they can't dispatch like a couple ships to go chase after them, but whatever. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they are going to that secret rebel base, and that putting a tracker on them was a smart move, which I don't think it is, but whatever. I certainly hope it is for the story's sake, because it's going to not make any sort of sense if they don't. The only thing I can think of is that, like, in A New Hope, when Tarkin like questions Vader, and when Vader puts the tracker on the Millennium Falcon, maybe he learned that from Reva, but it's like, dude, that is such a dumb way to learn that lesson. Like, she had them. It's not like she found them and put a tracker on. Then I would say she's worthy of a promotion. She had them and she lost them. Yeah, pretty dumb. I don't mean to spend too much time on that, but it's just really dumb that Vader's just so lame now because of Disney. Like, he's just so lame. And just, okay, so like the season as a whole, dude, it's like, can we stop focusing on Leia? I thought this might be like a 1 or 2 episode thing with her. We are going into the 5th episode with Leia, and I do not see it stopping before episode 6. It's like, this is the Leia show, dude. This is not the Kenobi show. Like, number one, I didn't even need a Kenobi show. You're running out of things, Disney. You're running out of things to do in between the gaps, the time periods that you have. You're running out of things. And so, with running out of things to do, you inevitably run into inconsistencies with the overarching plot. Like, they now know that Leia is a rebel sympathizer. Like, I know the Rebel Alliance might not be a thing yet, but why would you not go and assassinate the Organas? You know they are senators, Bail Organa is, and you know, like, where did Leia get all these conceptions about the, like, rebellion and stuff? Like, where did she hear that? Wouldn't you go question Bail Organa as the first line of action? Wouldn't you go and maybe be like, I don't know, hey, why's your daughter been saying all this stuff? Number two, like, I've been keeping a list. Next, like, why would Reva, like, interrogate a 10-year-old? Like, why would, and maybe Leia did know something in this series. Why? That's dumb. Why would you entrust anything to a 10-year-old? Why would you put that burden on a 10-year-old, for one? And then, for this very reason, if she were to get kidnapped, why would you think giving your secrets to a 10-year-old would be a good idea? Just really dumb. What else? And I mean, this is just this episode, dude. This number 4. Just really lame. Like, I think sitting down for half an hour, I could come up with a better storyline in 10 episodes with Obi-Wan than they have given him through 4. Like, we followed him around trying to get Leia out of this thing for half an hour. Dude, we have 6 episodes. Why are we spending so much time on this? Like, trying to get her out of there. They spent half an hour on filler stuff, dude. Oh, okay. Another thing is, I don't know the spy's name. The chick that is acting as an Imperial officer. I don't know her name, so apologies. But I guess my point is, I guess all it takes in this universe is to just command or demonstrate your authority to someone in order to get what you want. For example, I have two so far in this storyline, in this series that it's happened, and I've had a problem with it both times because I don't like it. It's lazy writing. In this episode, the spy officer comes up and is trying to pass through the little force field to get through clearance. She's trying to pass through clearance. And another Imperial officer, who apparently underranks her, comes up and is like, "You're not clear to come in here." Perfectly reasonable. She's like, "Maybe I should tell whatever the Grand Inquisitor that you're not letting me in." Or no, she's like, "I'm your boss. Like, and if you're not going to let me in, we're going to have problems." And she's like, "You know what classified means? Well, I'm carrying classified information." I would be like, if I were that dude, I'd be like, yeah, I know what classified means. I'm not a dumbass. Also, my job is to prohibit people that don't match clearance in here. So if you are my boss, you should be giving me a raise, for doing my job. And if you're not my boss and you're going to go report it to my boss, yeah, they're going to say the same thing, that I'm doing my job. You're not cleared to come in here. Go get some clearance. I know you have classified information, but go get some clearance and maybe you come in. Are you kidding me that they would just let her in? No, that is lazy writing, lazy writing. The other time it happened was when Reva came in and was talking to the Inquisitors and was like, well, if you want to tell Vader that you're not going to follow his orders, or I should follow your orders, then be my guest. It's like, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will go ask Vader, like, hey, do you actually want us doing this, or what? I mean, like, that's reasonable. I don't think Vader's going to be like, what? Like, just dumb, lazy writing to make these characters seem more badass than they actually are. When in that universe, like, they would have their asses handed to them. Like, it's just so unrealistic. And it's Star Wars, and I'm saying unrealistic. But it's like, dude, it doesn't make sense. Every turn, they make the lamest possible decision they can, dude. Like, it's honestly impressive with how much they've made, like, just stupid. Going back to like the first episode, I think, when Leia gets kidnapped, the fight or the chase scene when the thugs are chasing her through the woods and they get stopped. They get stopped by a little root sticking out of the ground. Leia like runs over it or whatever, or maybe even under it. I don't know, but she gets past it, and the thugs come up to the root. It's literally a tree stump on the ground, like a little root, like a little stick on the ground. They come up to it, make the conscious decision to look at it, like look down at it, and think about how to get around it. They can jump over it, they can do whatever. They could probably run through it, and they would still get past it. But they look at it, and then like look for a way around the little tree stump. It's so dumb. They can't catch like a little 10-year-old girl. Like, are you kidding me? I could reach out my hand and grab her. Also, I have a question, and I might have just missed this earlier on in the show, but like, why does... Let me get this right. Let me get the question right. Why does Reva know that if she captures Leia, that Obi-Wan will come save her? Did I miss that part? What? I don't understand that. Why does she know that? She could have kidnapped any little girl. And what is she thinking? Obi-Wan's just going to come? Is it because she thinks that Bail knew Obi-Wan? Because if that's the case, wouldn't you be more skeptical of Bail Organa for being such a close comrade to the to the Jedi? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I missed that. Maybe I'm just being dumb and not thinking of something. But why does Reva even know? Why does she even go after Leia to begin with? And then it's really dumb. She does the thing that Jango did in the second Star Wars, where Jango is an assassin, but he hires another assassin to go after the Jedi. Reva is like an inquisitor, but she hires this gang of thugs to capture Leia for her? Question mark? What? Really dumb. Just lazy writing. All this show is just filler. There's nothing productive being done to the Star Wars story at large at all. Dude, nothing shown so far connects, like, does anything to connect anything. The only thing I can think of that they're trying to do, but failing, is that they're trying to give a reason for Leia to send a distress signal out to Obi Wan Kenobi in A New Hope when she puts the plans into R2. But, like, even then, it's really dumb and not very well executed, because in A New Hope, she's like Obi-Wan, like, my father said you fought with him in the Clone Wars, or something like that, where, like, wouldn't Leia say something along the lines of, like, yeah, you saved my life. Remember when we did all that shit across the galaxy and you saved me, like, 10 years ago? Do you remember all that? Can you help me out once again? No, she says something like she almost doesn't even know who Obi-Wan is. She's only heard of him through Bail Organa. So it doesn't make sense if that's what they're trying to go with. So, and that's the only thing I can think of that, like, there's a link between, because even if you're trying to give more context to Vader and Obi-Wan fighting on the Death Star, or Ben Kenobi and the Death Star, it still doesn't make sense with how they're talking to each other if this is like their interaction, what we've seen in this show. Which, oh my God, don't even get me started on that lame ass scene with Vader and Obi-Wan, dude. Lame, stupid, dude. Okay, Vader has been tracking down Jedi for the past 10 years, going up against people that were pretty proficient in the Force and lightsaber combat. He's been going up against them for the past 10 years. And Obi-Wan has not even ignited his lightsaber the past 10 years. That contest should not have even been a contest. Vader should have whooped his ass, dude. And I know he eventually burned him, but even when they're fighting before the fire, when they're fighting, it should not even be close. Obi-Wan should not even hold a candle to him, especially since they fought on Mustafar. Which, by the way, their last confrontation, they're flipping and fighting over lava. And you go from that epic, like 20-minute battle to like probably the lamest like lightsaber combat I've seen since Last Jedi. Like, oh my God, so bad. Just so rushed. Like, it's like they only added it in there because they knew they needed to have a fight with Vader and Obi-Wan. Like, that's what people wanted to see. So they're like, okay, throw it in there. You didn't play anything. You didn't play any music from, the prequels. Like, you in the trailer, you have Duel of the Fates and Anakin versus Obi-Wan. You have that in the trailer. But when it comes to the movie, you have no remnants of any good music. I can't even tell you anything like this music. I mean, it's so like bland. I guess that's the word for this show I have, is lame and bland. But anyway, so yeah, they go and they're fighting across like the dunes or whatever. And then Vader ignites the fire. And I think it's a pretty cool concept to want to burn Obi-Wan. That's a pretty cool concept. But of course, they went about it in the lamest execution possible. Obi-Wan's in the fire for like 2 minutes, and he gets like his arm burnt, and that's it. And then, like, why wouldn't Vader just keep pursuing him? Like, why wouldn't Vader? There's so many ways he could get around the fire. Why would he let Obi-Wan go? This is the guy he's been chasing down for 10 years, and you're gonna let him go because you can't cross like a 10-foot clearing of fire? There's so many ways. Okay, he could float over it. He could walk around it. He could pull Obi-Wan towards him. He could split the fire with the Force. He could throw his lightsaber. He could choke Obi-Wan from the other side. Like, what are we doing? He could, you could make the argument that there were a bunch of people, not even a bunch, like 2 people interfering with the fight. Kill them off. Obi-Wan's laying there incapacitated. Kill them off, and then deal with Obi-Wan. Oh my God, dude. It's lazy writing at the purest form. It blows my mind because it's so impressively bad. And what was it? Okay, so then the only argument I've heard against that was that Vader was toying with Obi-Wan, that he wanted to burn him and make him suffer as he suffered. Okay. The very next episode invalidates that because he wanted Obi-Wan. Like he comes in storming mad at Riva for not having Obi-Wan. Like he wanted Obi-Wan dead or at least captured. So why wouldn't he have just done it himself? It's just bad writing. I'm trying to keep this video under 20 minutes because it's going to take a dick year to upload, but I just have so many problems with this Kenobi show. And I didn't even want to get all riled up because ever since the sequels, I haven't really cared what Disney's put out because I know it's going to be shitty, in the hopes that it's not. But every time, I didn't really like Mando season 1. I thought it was also pretty lame and just filled with nostalgia. And just that's how they based their story, was how they could fit nostalgia in there. I didn't like season 2 either because I thought it was more of the same. And that's very contradictory to what most people believe because a lot of people like Mando. But I also didn't like Boba Fett, and I called it before that show premiered that it was just going to be Boba Fett walking around Tatooine for 6 episodes. And that's exactly what it was. And then we come to the 4th season of a show that they've put out live action, and it also sucks. So my take is that Disney cannot make a live action Star Wars show. Thank you. Goodbye.